Okay, hi everybody. I am going to make wild fig soap today. So first, before we start, I'm just sitting here behind my little counter. I'm just going to run you through the colours I'm going to use. So for my base, I want a nice powder blue. So I'm going to use this Sky Blue by Micah Mama, and I'm going to mix titanium dioxide and then put like a little spoon of that in there just to get that nice, it's like a powdery duck eggy blue, but like more powder blue than anything. So I want that as my base. My contrasting colours are, again by Micah Mama, pistachio green is one of my absolute favourite greens. I love it. It's like a real jungly tropical green, and I really like that. Then I wanted a petrol blue, but the last one that I used was like a royal purple, which I ran out of, and I can't remember where I got it from. I think it might have been, it's either You Make It Up or Mineral Makeup Ingredients, who I was using for a while. But today I'm going to use Cerulean Mica, which is here, which I've used many times before, and again by Micah Mama, and I'm going to put a little smidge of charcoal in there so it brings out some depth and, yeah, like a deeper petrol blue colour. And then my very favourite mica, probably of all time, is this one, which is Plum Purple by Micah Mama. So I'm going to use this one. So we're going to have a 3-colour swirl on a pale powder base. So if you've not tried Micah Mama, you should. I think you need to check and see if she ships worldwide, because I'm not sure. I mean, there's plenty of mica suppliers in the States. You don't need to, you know, pay for shipping to get this over there, but if you can find a purple like this one, just keep looking. But if you're in the UK or the EU, then, well, at the moment the EU, then yeah, try that Plum Purple, Cerulean Mica and Pistachio. They're my 3 favourites, I think, by Micah Mama. There's a few more that I really like, but they're the ones that I use a lot. So Micah Mama rules. So let's get on and make wild fig, and we'll see how it comes out this time. Last year's was a bit shitter, so we'll see. Pouring my lye in, and I'm working with almost a 50% water discount. Again, the water discount just means I've cut my water in half. So the required amount that Soap Kelp tells you, I cut it in half, that's it. Okie dokie. So I need some tissue. Tissue. And there. And I'm going to stick blend, and I'll be able to pour off what we need for colours. Somebody mentioned the other day about when they pour their lye and start mixing that they have this ricing of the soap. Now I did reply, and the reason that that happens sometimes is if your oils have cooled down too much. And that happens with me a lot because I leave my oils on the side to cool, and then I put my lye water into my kitchen sink in a bowl of water so that it cools down quicker. And sometimes it goes a little bit too cool, but you can bring it back if you just keep stick blending, and it will just come back to fluid rather than like a globule-y ricey mass. So that's just the base soap with nothing added. Sometimes that happens. It happens a lot to me because I leave stuff to cool too long. So, but you can bring it back. Okay, so I'm just going to pour off some colours then. We have our Plum Purple, Pistachio Green, which is like a jungle green, it's like a tropical sort of green. I love that colour, especially with that purple, it looks so pretty. And then our Cerulean Blue and charcoal to get petrol blue, kinda. So I might just mix those with my spoon a moment. I don't want them to become too thick before we begin. This fragrance doesn't accelerate. In fact, I think, if memory serves, it loosens the soap back up, which is always a good thing if you're swirling your soaps. And this is pistachio green. I say pistachio, actually it is kind of pistachio-y green. We're clocking up the steps on my old Fitbit today. It's on my dominant arm, which means it's going to make me look like I've done way more exercise than I have, because stirring my batter here. Need a little bit more soap in that one, it's a bit less than the rest. I think I'm going to do my usual tops with this one, so it'll be a bit different. Normally I do like just a little swirl, like a figure of 8 swirl on the top, but today I might not. We'll see how we do as we're going along. Okay, so for the rest of my batter, what I'm going to do is pour it back into the bowl, because then I've got a spout when I want to pour it. So I'm just going to pop it back in there. There we go. Okay, I'm using a lighter olive oil, so as you can see my batter is actually quite a lot lighter than it is normally. I don't know if you have noticed, but I certainly have. I bought a light coloured one from, I get my olive oil from this time, Lidl, because they've got really good olive oil. Like just for like food purposes, their olive oil is one of the best. It's like even been in like magazines as one of the best olive oils you can buy, so that's always nice. I love Lidl and Aldi. Okay, so I'm just going to put a smidge of this blue in there. I might have to add as we go, because I don't know how deep this is going to go. So have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, it might just be exactly as I want it actually. I don't like it to be too dark a blue. I want like a really pale pastel powder. Pale pastel powder blue. There you go. That's so pretty. Wow. Okay. Make sure it's mixed in enough. I don't want no streaks. A bit more green now, like a, let me just take that, yeah, that's nice, like a duck egg blue. That's beautiful. Okay, I did mix my TD in a bit of water then as well. Like I have been using it straight, but I figured it depends where I get it from. If I get the titanium dioxide from pottery suppliers, then it's a lot more fine. If I get it from soap suppliers, well, this is just my experience. From soap suppliers, it's not as fine, which is weird, but you know. Okay, I'm going to put the fragrance in. That will loosen this up a bit. And I might have to stick blend again before I pour it all off. Oh God, this smells nice. Yummy, yummy. I always love coming back to soaps I've made before for scents, because you forget how nice things are. I mean, I do have a little off in the bottles out the back there where I keep all my fragrances, but you know, it's nice to actually be making soaps from the previous year again. Last year's I wasn't happy with the way it came out. I used my slab mould and I didn't like how it came out at all, because the design was just rubbish. I don't know what I was thinking. I can't remember what I did wrong, but yeah, I wasn't happy with it last year at all. So that's why I've gone back to using the longer moulds, because when I first made this, I used a really dodgy makeshift mould that I put together to make like long, tall, skinny soaps, and that was all the rage. And it came out really pretty. I'm going to just pour, I think, as we are, because I think, yeah, that's starting to thicken up. I'm going to have to pour pretty fast. It's not going to be too bad, but it is thickening up. So, let's bring the moulds over, move those over there. 2 moulds. Now I'm just gonna, got a little bit more on this side, but that's okay, we just have to do this. Not as much in there. So I want to be quite a lot more colourful than the other, I think. Or maybe not. I just need to put less in this one of the colours because I've gone too heavy. You know, I can eyeball it. It's where I struggle with doing batches like this. I prefer a slab mould if I'm doing more bars than usual. Because it's hard to eyeball how much you need in each, but actually it's not too bad. A little bit more purple. Okay. Okay, now top stitch. Okay, then we're going to put our colours down the side as usual. Try and work a little bit faster. I think it's probably just, I'm soaping a little bit hotter than normal. I'm normally a bit more cooler than this. And there's that discount in there too, don't forget. Gonna use up the batter I've got on there. You won't see half of that anyway because I'm going to cover it up in a minute when I do the top. I just don't want really messy containers when I'm finished because it's a lot of cleanup otherwise. I always give my containers a good wipe out with some kitchen towel before I put them in the dishwasher so not a load of soap's going down the drain. Okay, that's loosened up again now, weird. Okay, so I want this on the top. So I always enjoy watching back what I've made because when I film it's quite stressful. It's like, you know, I'm not like really stressed, but it's a stressful thing. But watching a person make soap is so completely relaxing, you know. So when I watch these back, I actually quite enjoy watching the process. Not hearing my stupid voice yabbering on, but I keep it on silent so I can just watch back, see the bits I need to change and, you know, or edit if I need to. But I always look back at how I've made something for next time because it's really interesting. But yeah, it's totally different on the other side of the camera when you're actually making it. Odd. Odd. Okay. Okay. Now with my spoon, I'm going to bring the tops over before it thickens up too much. Okay, so let's bring it over. Oh my god, look at it. Oh my lordy. Oh. God, I love this bit. It just, oh my god, it's so nice. I've been saying to somebody, I went to see some friends in a skate shop the other day, like they run a skateboard shop up in Birmingham, and I hadn't seen them for about 5 years, and I thought I'd better go because Matt's birthday is on Monday. So happy birthday, Matt, for Monday. But I thought I'll go and see him and get in some stuff from the skate shop because I've not been in there, and I like to support my friends in their business. I mean, they've been going for a long time, but it always helps everybody out when you go and spend money with them rather than online, you know, because we've got this terrible thing happening at the moment, probably in every country, where the high streets are dying because of online business. Anyway, blah blah blah, I'm not going to go on about that. So I went to see them, and I was explaining, they said, oh, you know, how's the soap going, and blah blah blah. And actually last week I was kind of really in a bit of a slump, and this happens, you know, it happens to us. I lost quite a lot of passion for what I do, but it's like thinking up new stuff all the time, or trying to think of new scents, or trying to think of new designs, and sometimes it gets to you because you think, oh, you know, I'm like becoming a bit stagnant. And they were like, oh God, that's awful. And I was like, I know, but you know, this week it's completely different. Like if soap's like this, then I feel completely different about it. It's just like, yes, like this is why I do this. But there are times when, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like I still really love what I do. I love scent, I love everything about it. But there's just some times where it's just like, it just feels so job-like, and I don't know how to get over that sometimes. Sometimes I just shut the door on the shop and, you know, reevaluate what I'm doing. Or sometimes I just open, when I've opened the shop and I've had customers in, and then I am able to share my knowledge, it gives you like a boost again. So it's hard to find like this balance sometimes. I've been doing this since 2006, and I make a living out of this business. But, you know, sometimes I'm in the countryside and I look at people who've got these houses. I'll just have a little ramble for a bit before I turn it off. And you think, where does their money come from? You know, are they born into this? Are they lawyers, accountants, you know, management accounts? These are the people that make the money, who can pay for the peace then. Like, because our town's becoming like busier and busier and busier, louder and louder and louder. There's more loutish behaviour everywhere because there's so many more people everywhere. But it's happening in every single town and every single city, everywhere, you know. But like, if you want peace, which I do, you really got to pay for it, and I can't afford to pay for it because houses are about £500,000 in the Cotswolds, you know, and more. Like, to get a decent house where you have a view and you can actually see wildlife is ridiculously expensive. And sometimes this job, like, I'm really happy doing what I do, but what I'm saying is I'm never going to have that house, you know, from doing this for a living. And most of the time I'm really happy with my lot, and I'm really happy with what I do. I can create. I haven't got a stinky ass boss who is rude to me on a daily basis. I don't have to put up with any of that crap. I'm my own boss. I know what I'm doing. I've got a lot of knowledge in my craft. But sometimes it's like, I need to be paid, you know, like, it's just, there's not a lot of money in soap making unless you're a huge wholesaler. That's just my opinion. It's like, for that house in the countryside, you would have to be banging out thousands and thousands and thousands of soaps and be so highly recognised. It's just, you know, it's a real no mean feat. And so I've just hit 10k subscribers the other day on YouTube, so thank you. I'm just hoping that that will improve, and at the moment the wage that I get from that is a little boost every month, but it's certainly not going to pay for my house in the country. So, okay, I'm back to cut wild fig. See how it came out like. And I've just been driving up here in my car, and a while ago I bought Jay-Z's album Reasonable Doubt on CD. I've got it on vinyl from when it came out, and I'm guessing that it might be worth a bit of money now, so we're quids in. But I haven't got a record player at the moment because I threw all my old separates away and I need to get a new one. So I bought the CD and Matt stole it straight away. But I just realised I'd asked him to bring it back in the house, and he did, and I've just listened to it on the way back. Well, one track that I just absolutely love. So today's track of the day This may surprise some of you that I actually listen to Jay-Z. Maybe it won't. I mean, some of you know that I like rap and hip-hop. That's my favourite genre. But there's a track on there called Can I Live? And it's got the best beat drop that I've ever heard, I think, in my life. And every time I hear it, I just get these, oh God, just the best feeling. The biggest goosebumps. It's just amazing. It's got a really beautiful string section that goes through it, and it's like all light and airy and summery, and it's just got this amazing feel to it with really good lyrics. So yeah, I'm a Jay-Z fan. I mean, I like lots and lots of old hip-hop too, but I really, really do like what he does. I prefer his old stuff to his new stuff, but that tends to happen a lot, and then they sort of chill a bit, you know, because they get really, really, really well known, and they become a bit like too mediocre, and then they might go back to where they came from later on in life, and that's when I like them they're at the best then. But anyway, yeah, that track, Can I Live, I'm going to leave a link below, so if you haven't ever heard it and you don't mind a bit of rap or hip hop, you got to listen to it. It's just beautiful. I love it. So yeah, I've been getting excited in my car listening to it. And then I really make myself laugh because I'm this white girl in a rural town in the United Kingdom, where nothing remotely exciting ever happens. Listening to gangster, well, he's not a gangster, it's not really gangstery, kind of, but you know, it's not really. I do make myself laugh sometimes. Okay, so Wild Fig is looking mighty pretty. That's really nice. It always comes out lovely, this one. I'm just going to cut the one on camera because the other one nothing. I'm just going to cut this one on camera. So it's just a beautiful soap. I hope this is focusing enough. You're a little bit far away from me to be able to see well without my glasses because I'm so old. But it does smell really, really good. You know, some soaps where you use like the scent in the bottle is lovely, and then you soap it and it smells kind of weird when it's in soap. This one doesn't. It smells good in the bottle and in the soap. So this is a really nice swirl. I'll leave some pictures at the end of the swirl so you can see it up close because it's really pretty. Oh God, that's really nice. So we're getting like plenty of colour that's coming right from the bottom and right up to the top. Très bon. Très bon, très bon. So what am I watching on Netflix, you may want to know at the moment? I am watching Fargo, the series with Martin Freeman and Billy Bob Thornton, who is amazing in this series. I've just started watching it like a few weeks back, but I've not had time to sit and watch it like I normally do, like throughout the winter. I've been a bit more busy the last few weeks, so I haven't been able to sort of sit down at 4 o'clock and have a good hour of my favourite programmes, you know. So anyway, I was watching a bit yesterday, but it's so shockingly good. So that's what I'm watching at the moment. So funnily enough, no serial killer documentaries. It's a bit nasty, but it's really good. And the other night I went to my friend's house because she cooked us some dinner, and we watched the September issue, which is all about Anna Wintour and the September issue of Vogue magazine, because the September issue is always like the biggest bumper magazine of the year. September is always like the biggest issue, and it was a documentary all about how it gets put together. And Anna Wintour is yeah, she's a tricky one. So that was quite interesting. I do like programs like that. And then afterwards we watched 3 Billboards in Ebbing, Missouri, which absolutely was amazing. I really, really enjoyed that a lot. Who's that actor? Sam Rockwell. Oh my God. I said, oh, that's the guy out of the Green Mile, the nasty one. He's just amazing, and in this film he's amazing again. He's just an incredible actor. In fact, the whole cast was just absolutely ace, and I would watch it again in a second. I loved it. I thought it was just a really, really good film, right up my street. Funnily enough, again, like one of the co-writers, I think was one of the Coen brothers. And there's the attachment there to Fargo. So yeah, these weird, quirky, slow-moving oddities are like, that's my kind of film, where it's just like this weird, lurky, you know, weird thing going on in the background, lurking in the background is what I was trying to say. So yeah, really, really liked that. And that's about it. That's about all I've watched. I did watch the Ted Bundy tapes. He was just a freak. But I was talking to my friend Lisa from Sugar and Spiked. She used to be Morbid the Merrier. I was talking to her because she watches, let's just cut some more. She watches loads of the same programmes as I do. And I said as serial killers go, he was just a bit of an idiot really. There wasn't anything really that interesting. I think his problem was that he just couldn't handle women, so he thought, I'll just kill him, you know. Yeah, good idea. God, you know, what a creep. It's like, at least with people like Ed Gein, or I said to Lisa, Arthur Shawcross, got a bit creative with their killing. But yeah, Ted Bundy, I just thought, he was just a dick, you know. Excuse my language, but he was just a total idiot. He just fooled people, and oh, he was so handsome, he was so good looking, like, give me a break. This guy was a real, just, oh, I just felt, he's just an idiot. He's just an idiot. And not admitting to what he'd done and everything. It's just like, come on, like, how stupid can you be to not want to admit your crimes? It's like most of them are proud. If you're a real serial killer, you're normally proud of your work. But not Ted Bundy. He didn't want anybody to know that it was him. I'm like, what on earth? So yeah, I just think he had some issues with women there, and that was his problem. Just sort of total idiot. So I wasn't impressed really. It's like all these women like throwing themselves at him. It's just brainwashed, just totally brainwashed. Like thinking that he's sexy and suave and he's killing women. Are you mad? You know. Funny how that goes, isn't it? The more media attention they get, of course they're going to become this popular thing, which is just bizarre. Anyway, this one came out really nice. Really like that. So yeah, what have I been doing the last couple of weeks? Nothing much really. I've just been working, getting orders out the door, just sorting stuff out with my work, and I haven't really felt like too much like doing a video. Or I have, but I just haven't been able to get round to it and have this free time. So today is Saturday, so I made this soap yesterday, Friday afternoon, and I thought I'll wait till it all calms down outside, otherwise people think I'm open and want to come in, and I don't open at the weekends because luckily mail order keeps my business running enough that I don't have to open at weekends, which is sometimes probably a disappointment to some people, but it is what it is. The business is what it is. So I've come up Saturday afternoon when everybody's kind of going home, you know, they've had enough of shopping. I had a coffee this morning. What time is it? 10 to 4. I had a coffee this morning and it's kept me going like all day. And Matt had one as well. He doesn't normally drink coffee. I need my coffee, as you know, I like my coffee. But we went on a dog walk and I was like, I need to get coffee. And he was like, God, is it really that bad? I was like, it's not that bad, you know, I'm not like a junkie, but I do like my coffee. And I like to have it so that it just gives me that little boost that I need. So he's like, oh, get me one, I'll have like a frappuccino or an iced coffee. So he has this iced coffee with one shot. You'd think he'd just taken a line of speed. Absolutely ridiculous. On the way home, he's like, oh, I'm all of a dither, I'm all of a dither. It's like, you don't drink coffee, so you're not used to the effects. Like, that effect on me is just like giving me this boost. You pussy! Anyway, that's Wild Fig Soap. So I'm going to take some lovely pictures for you, and I will be back for the next video, which is probably going to be green tea and lemon. I'm going to do that one again. So, see you spoon.